Bini's dream, from zero to viral. What happens when 8 ordinary girls dare to dream beyond what society expects of them? When they choose discipline over comfort and passion over doubt. Bini's rise from zero to viral is not just a success story. It's a wake-up call for every dreamer who's ever felt invisible. This is the kind of journey that forces you to reflect. What's really stopping you? If you like this type of stories, please like, share, and subscribe for more. They were not born into stardom. They didn't have connections, big names, or a shortcut to the top. Bini, the now viral Filipino girl group, taking the P-pop world by storm, began their journey like many others, unknown, uncelebrated, and uncertain. Before the lights, the millions of streams, the sold-out shows, and the trending hashtags, there were 8 young Filipinos with a dream. A dream that most called impossible. In 2018, they entered Starhan Academy, a rigorous training program under ABS-CBN that didn't guarantee fame, only a chance. And even that chance came with a price. Imagine being a teenager, saying goodbye to your normal life, and stepping into a world where every day is a test. For Aya, Khalid, Gwen, Joanna, Malloy, Mika, Sheena, and Stacy, that's exactly what happened. Their training was brutal. Days started early and ended late. They danced until their legs gave out, sang until their voices cracked, and repeated routines again and again until perfection was the only option. It wasn't glamorous, it wasn't easy, and it wasn't for everyone. Many wouldn't survive even a month under that kind of pressure. But Bini didn't just survive, they thrived. Not because they were the most talented from the start, but because they refused to quit. They knew their potential, even when others didn't. In October 2020, after years of preparation, Bini finally stepped into the spotlight with their pre-debut single "Da Coconut Nut." The reaction? Mixed. Some loved the creativity. Others mocked it. Critics questioned if they were serious artists or just another manufactured group trying to ride the K-pop wave. But Bini didn't let the noise define them. Because behind that light-hearted concept was something far more serious: identity. They weren't trying to be like anyone else. They were proudly, unapologetically Filipino. Their message was clear: Filipino culture can be fun, fierce, and world-class. Then came 2021. With Born to Win, Bini silenced the doubters. They weren't just singing anymore, they were declaring their arrival. The performance was sharp, the sound was global, and the message? Empowerment. It was more than a song. It was a transformation. Suddenly, people were paying attention. Their music gained traction, their fan base bloom grew stronger, and the world began to realize this wasn't just another group. This was the future of P-pop. Their rise to viral wasn't an accident. It was the result of years of hard work, discipline, and heart. And it came at a time when the world was hungry for authenticity, for talent that came with a message, for artists who didn't just perform, but inspired. One of Bini's most powerful traits is their humility. Despite their growing fame, they remain grounded. They openly share stories of their struggles, their awkward beginnings, and their learning curves. They embrace their imperfections because they know their strength lies in how far they've come. They represent the underdog, the unseen, the underestimated. And in doing so, they've become a symbol of what happens when young Filipino women are empowered, supported, and allowed to shine. From zero to viral wasn't just about trends, it was about truth. Bini's journey proves that going viral isn't about chasing attention. It's about staying true to your craft and your values. When you focus on growth, the world eventually notices. They didn't change themselves to fit the mold. They changed the mold to fit their truth. Today, their music resonates not just because it's catchy, but because it carries weight. Songs like Carrera, Lagi, and Pantropico aren't just hits. They're expressions of youth, womanhood, and Filipino pride. But beyond the awards, the charts, and the applause, Bini's greatest legacy might be this: they've shown a generation of Filipinos that you can start from zero and still make it. That your background, your doubts, and your mistakes don't have to define your limits. Final thought. Bini's story is a mirror. It reflects what we often forget, that inside every nobody is a somebody waiting to be unleashed. Their rise is not just a success story, It's an invitation to dream, to try, to fall and get up again. Now we ask you, what dream have you been holding back on because you started with nothing? Do you believe, like Bini, that your beginning doesn't define your ending? Share your thoughts. Let's inspire each other to rise, no matter where we start.